Hey there, Ryan Kingsline here. So, thank you to everybody for such an amazing 2012. Okay, we had a fantastic year. We had some awesome artists that we worked with and grew something like 400% from the year before. It's amazing. Did that in the middle of a recession in the U.S. Okay, and a very heartfelt thank you for all the support that you've given us and all the wonderful emails that I've got. Couldn't thank you enough. It really makes it all worthwhile, because running a business sometimes is painful and wasn't really what I signed up for. I signed up to teach, but I found that the easiest way for me to teach the way I wanted to teach and to present the information and build the community that I wanted to build was to start my own business. And so we've got it. We're at about, I think, 2.5 years now. And in that 2.5 years, we have just skyrocketed. I mean, it's been amazing. Visualarium, ZBrush workshops, all the stuff that we're working, the training programs, these amazing artists, and I'm really just proud to be working with them. So, now the question is, what do we do in 2013? What do you do in 2013? How do you grow as a sculptor? And that's what I want to talk a little bit about right now. Just talk about some of the things that I saw in 2012, the students I worked with, and give some tips for people that are really trying to advance their skills. You don't have to take a class to advance your skills. That's step number one. Okay, I want to remember, you don't have to take one of my classes. You don't have to take anybody else's classes. I'm not trying to sell a class. Okay, it's not in my genetic code to sell a class, but you don't have to. There's a reason you take a class, though. And that's because it forces you out of your head. It just gets you out of your skull, and it lets somebody else look at your work and say, all right, your strength is this. And you're like, oh, I didn't know that. Or they'll say one thing. They'll say one thing. They might say nothing the entire semester, nothing that makes any sense to you. They say one thing, and that one thing changes your life. You know, I had a fantastic teacher, Al Gurry. He said a lot of things that changed my life. One of the things he said was, and he said it just offhand, he said, it's not important to not make mistakes. He said it exactly like that. Okay, and for traditional artists, you have to understand that traditional artists don't make mistakes. Okay, we got Leonardo da Vinci, we got a whole bunch of people behind us that don't make mistakes. Okay, so we've got a lot of baggage, and for me to hear that changed things. But it was the next thing he said that made a difference. So the first part, it's not important to not make mistakes. Second part, it's important to know the mistakes that you make so that you fix them faster. What that one sentence did is it put consciousness at the center of the equation, or awareness, whatever you want to call it. Consciousness is a little new agey. I grew up close to Ashland, Oregon, so that language is a little more natural to me. But the thing that you want to be thinking about is just pure, simple awareness. Awareness is all you need to go to the next step. And when you take a class, you get the awareness from other people. They're communicating what they're aware of to you. If you can find a way to become aware of things yourself, then you can grow yourself. One of the ways that you can do that is constant work. And constant work on a schedule and shutting awareness down. Scheduled awareness. I'm going to say it that way. When you are creating a piece of artwork, for example, let's say you're sculpting something, and as you sculpt it, you're hyper-aware. You're like, oh, well, this isn't right, something's wrong, I don't know what's wrong, oh, the forearm anatomy's not good, oh, what's that muscle, the brachiotuberosity, the yada yada, and where's that going, and I don't know the insertion and origin, and so now I'm aware that I don't know the insertion and origin, and I'm like, oh, I don't know it, and then, oh, is it here, is it there? You just lost everything. Because after that, the next thing is, I don't know it, now I suck, and you're in what I call the valley of the suck. And the valley of the suck is where you go when you are painfully conscious of everything going on. And that's what you don't want to do. That much awareness and hyper-awareness of what you do is going to be the end of you. and you will forever stay an amateur trying to go pro. In order to go pro, to get to that next level, you gotta work at it with intelligence. You gotta work smart, okay? Not just hard, you gotta work hard and smart. So what that means, and this is really the end of it, I mean, I'm gonna give it to you, we're 5 minutes into this, I'm gonna give you the end-all be-all of what I think you need to do for 2013. Work on a schedule, create a sculpt every couple of days, create a sculpt every week, okay? Create it within a fixed period of time, 8 hours, okay? 6 hours, 2 hours, 8 hours, stop. When you got that time, stop. Do the next one. Don't look at it. It's gone. It's just don't look at it, don't worry about it, it's gone. Start the next one, and then same thing, 8 hours. Okay? Put it away. 8 hours. Put it away. 8 hours. Put it away. Okay? And get 5 of them. Okay? And this is a magic number. And someone very important told me this number. Get 8 of them. Or 5 of them. And then you got them all lined up. Take pictures of them. All 5 of these. And then start looking at these as though you're an art director. What I'll do is, it's kind of weird, it's a little actory, but I actually just put myself in the mindset of an art director. So in order to do that, I need props. So I print out pictures of everything I've done, and I'll just go through, pin them on a wall, I'll leave the room, come back in the room, and we got some neighbors, and I just critique every single one. I try to do it as dispassionately. First opinion. Something's wrong here. Jaws. Okay, no, I don't like that. Not, yeah, and then this is good. I really like that. I don't like this. I really like that. And that's all. Just like that. Act like a movie director. Yes, sucks. What the hell? Oh my God. Please stop. Oh, that's great. And go from there. And then if you can do that, you go through that phase and you make a note of all your thoughts, and then you start to look for trends. Start to analyze. Okay, repeatedly don't like this area. Eye sockets. I can't figure out the eye sockets. How do I know I can't figure out the eye sockets? Because I can look at all 5 of these and I'm like, man, the eye socket is wrong. That's the moment when you bring a little bit of extra awareness. You just open the awareness a little bit and you're like, okay, it's the eyeball. All right, what do? Hit the books. Grey's Anatomy. It's online. It's where I learned everything I know about the orbit of the eye. Okay, I had to Google it, I had to search, but that's our job. Okay, you don't need to buy a class. Okay, you don't need to take a class somewhere else. You just need to know what your problems are so you can fix them. Like how I wrapped that around? That happened automatically. So, if you know what your problems are, you can fix them. If all you're doing is saying, I got problems, oh, I got problems, this is bad, that sucks, this is bad, that sucks, then your problem is that you don't know your problems. Your problem is you're freaking out. You're panicking. You're in the valley of the suck. You're walking through the valley of the suck, and all you see are demons and devils and just negativity. Stop. Hit a schedule. Create work. Review the work. Segment things. You're a professional. You create work. It's what you do. Create it, critique it, move on. If it sucks, who cares? I create sucky artwork every other day. Okay, I got a bad business idea every 5 minutes. The more bad ideas you have, the better off you're going to be in 2013. The more bad ideas you have, the better off you're going to be in 2013. Maybe not 2013, the better off you're going to be in 2014. But you're never going to get there unless you start getting that stuff out of your system. Start identifying what are your weaknesses. You start pinpointing them, developing a solution, okay? Come up with a hypothesis, come up with an experiment, fix it, regroup. Go through it all again. I've taught myself a lot. I've learned a lot from other people. You're going to be the same. Whether you take a class here, whether you take a class there, at the end of the day, you have to learn it yourself. So, good luck with all your ventures. I hope you found that useful and not too wavering from topic to topic. Happy ZBrushing to all the ZBrushers out there, and good luck with all the endeavors, and have a great year.